Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. First of all, I would like to introduce myself that I'm Nur Shazliana Ayuni binti Zainul Abidin and my ID student DM071905 from batch 19. Here I would like to explain about the case study Siti Surya that took place on 1 November 2020 in where the family of Siti Surya binti Ismail received sad news when they found a loved family member found dead in a situation that really hurt their family. Will, the new victim is 90 years old and a teenage girl who experienced to be a planner, but she forgot her wish temporarily to take care of her mother who was bedridden due to stage 3 brain cancer. According to the file notes that I'm studying on 1 November 2028 at 8 a.m., Muhammad Iirw, who is 28 years old and also a brother to Siti Surya, came to their house located in Kampung Lubuk Batu Telemon to send rice porridge. Therefore, at 8:30 a.m., brother Siti Surya had finished having breakfast at his mother's house and he was go out to work. After his brother Muhammad Iirw came out, Siti Atira came to Siti Surya's house at 9 a.m. and chat in the living room before a misunderstanding broke out, so that a fight broke out between them, resulting in a murder in the house. And then at 10 a.m. from the information obtained, Siti Surya's mother should have finished breakfast and changed into the possible diapers, but when it was found that his mother the possible diapers were not changed by Siti Surya. Hence at 1:45 p.m. Siti Surya should invite her sister Siti Nurliana Shuhada, 50 years old, to come home from school. Therefore, Siti Nurliana Shuhada has called her sister many times but was not answered. Therefore, Siti Nurliana Shuhada returned to her own house where the school distance to her house is 1 kilometer. When Siti Nurliana arrived home at 2:50 p.m., Siti Nurliana found her sister lying in the living room of her house covered in blood and lost her left wrist. Then Siti Nurliana ran out to call her father who was working. However, at 2:30 p.m., Siti Surya's father returned and found that Surya had died. Meanwhile, respiration was also not touched and his wife, the possible diapers, were not replaced by Surya. However, at 8:50 p.m., Siti Surya's body was safely buried at the Kampung Belada Selat Islamic Cemetery. And then, on 2 November 2020, however, everything started to change when CCTV footage from a bird-breeding building near the house of a deceased was spread on WhatsApp on Monday night. In the investors' recording, it was informed that there was an EX5 motorbike that came out and entered Surya's house around 9 a.m. And the person carrying the motorbike was a woman with a headscarf and high bun. Therefore, the woman was concluded as a prime suspect because she was at the scene of the murder when the incident occurred. Therefore, Siti Atira was 19 years old and is a teenager who is also a good friend of Surya is the woman mean in the contiguous CCTV footage. He was accompanied by his mother to come to the Hulu Terengganu District Police Station to assist in the investigation and give evidence. Atira arrived at the police station at 7:30 a.m. Atira was later questioned by police in connection with the incident. However, police found Atira's testimony suspicious. Therefore, further investigation is then conducted. However, according to the result of the investigation, it was later found that 19 years old Siti Atira was a friend and had attended school with Surya from Form 1 to Form 5. In addition, Atira's body was injured. The bite on her hand was believed to be the result of a struggle. In fact, Atira also admitted that he came to Surya's house at 9 a.m. and Atira also admitted that he had killed the victim. The incident started with a chat. When there was a conversation, there was a misunderstanding that led to a fight. The two were fighting in the living room area. Within a fight, the suspect then reached for a vegetable cutting knife that was in the living room. The suspect slapped the victim hand several times until it broke, and the waitress of apa tu once due to cut on Surya's face, neck, and chest. Therefore, according to the police during the chat, there were words that angered the suspect, who is believed to be angry because he was insulted. In addition, the suspect also reported that the suspect lived 2 kilometers from the victim's house. The victim belongings were missing from his house were found in Atira house. Among the item is a cash, mobile phone, and makeup item. However, this case is classified as a murder case, and the police will charge the suspect under 302 of the Penal Code. From infection information, the robbery is done as a disguise the obscure the actual incident. And then on 19 November 2020 at 9:40 a.m., Siti wore a purple look up dress with a black veil and arrived at the Marang Magistrate Court. Therefore, Siti is 19 years old, was just under Section 302 of the Penal Code, which was read before Magistrate Engku Nerut Ain Engku Muda. However, no conversation was recorded before the court set January 10, 2021, as the mentioned that date of the case in the Kuala Berang Magistrate Court, and no bail was offered against the accused. For the offence, the for the offence, the accused faced the death penalty if convicted. The prosecution was conducted by Deputy Public Prosecutor Amir Abu Bakar Abdullah, while the accused was represented by a lawyer from the National Legal Aid Foundation, Mazlan Mazin. Second is evidence. In this case, as an investigating officer, the evidence that can help to prove this murder case is the victim stuff, which is said to be missing. However, the item was found in the suspect house. Among the item are a cash, mobile phone, and even makeup item. In addition, CCTV footage of a bird breeding building near a victim house. In the recording, there was an EX5 motor that came out and entered the victim house at about 9:30 a.m. Therefore, the recording showed as a woman involved. Therefore, the characteristics are the same as the suspect as in the recording. In fact, the suspect also owned the same motor vehicle as stated in the recording. Subsequently, when the suspect was questioned at the Hulu Terengganu District Police Station, the suspect was found to have a bite on his hand, which was believed to be the result of a fight. In fact, the suspect also admitted that he killed the victim, will testify at the police station. Meanwhile, the weapon used by the suspect with slashing the victim's hand was also found near the victim's house. Therefore, this can prove that the suspect is involved in the murder case. Another evidence is knife. The knife is used by the suspect to stab the victim many times and was found on the side of the Telemur Road. On knife, the police get the fingerprint suspect on the knife, and the fingerprint same with the Siti Nur Achira. Third is trauma. Trauma suffered by Siti Nusraya family is physiological trauma. Is a type of mental damage that occurs as a result of even the cause trauma to the victim. When trauma affects stress disorder, the damage experienced may involve a physical and chemical change in the human brain that alter a person's respond to any future stress. And then, in the case, Siti and Surya family was trauma by the incident that happened to Surya. In fact, they and their family were not able to set foot in their house located in Kampung Lubuk Batu Telemong, which is the location of the tragic murder that happened to Surya. Apart from that, Surya's father also stated that after the horrific incident that happened to the first child of the seven siblings, the family still did not have the strength to return to their residence, and they now live temporarily at Surya's grandparents' house located in Kampung Beladau Selat Kepung. Therefore, Siti Nurliana Syuhada is also traumatized, who is Surya's sister, and their very close relationship has made her feel very sad. In fact, Liana also still remembered that memory of her sister's condition at the time that was covered in blood when she found her sister who was lying in the living room of her house. Therefore, this also made them not ready to return to their home. However, Surya's mother also looked for Surya. Although Surya's family had told their mother that Surya was gone. Therefore, only boys go back and for a while to see the house and pick up necessity such as clothes. In fact, no one is willing to spend the night there. Therefore, the social welfare department will provide counseling service to the Surya family because the family is traumatized and affected by the passing of Siti Nur Surya. Lastly is 302 Penal Code. Penal Code Section 302 in the IPC pertain to punishment for murder. As per this section, any person committed a murder shall be punished with death or imprisonment for life. They are also liable to be fined. That means this case is classified as a murder case. The suspect was also sentenced to Section 302 of the Penal Code. Therefore, at first, this case was described as robbery and robbery. However, with information obtained, the method was done as a decrease to obscure the incident. Therefore, the suspect was charged under Section 302 of the Penal Code in the Mara Magistrate Court for murder. In fact, this charge was read before Magistrate Engku Nurul Ain Engku Muda. The suspect was also charged with wearing a purple lockup shirt. Therefore, the suspect can be punished under Section 302 of Penal Code for killing Siti Nur Surya to death with that was to several body, including the victim left wrist. In fact, the suspect is also 19 years old. Therefore, the sentences can be passed on the suspect. However, all the evidence of the victim murder has also been found and state that he had killed the victim with intent.